We've done 6A, let's see, we did 7A, we did 8A. Now we have the traffic committee report. Jeannie?
Before you, council members, is on number 1 is basically in February, council member Fricke had received a complaint in regards to.
Jeannie, I'm having a little trouble hearing you. Can you try to talk more directly into the?
Basically, at the Transportation Committee meeting, at the February meeting, council member Fricke had
February 2007.
February 2007.
Okay.
That council member Fricke had received a complaint that the Bank of America driveway is a blind driveway, and that the vehicles coming through the driveway and exiting 43rd Street cannot see the pedestrians crossing the sidewalk. At that time, the committee had directed Public Works person Maurice Kaufman to get in contact with Bank of America manager as to possibly installing a gate. Throughout the months, contact was made with Bank of America manager, and bottom line is that they don't see the need to put in a gate. So at the November meeting, there was nothing to report as to change of the status of this, and Councilmember Bukowski had asked that since there was no movement on this item, that it should be removed from the agenda. And Councilmember Fricke felt that since this was placed on the agenda because there was a complaint, that there needs to be a definitive answer from Bank of America. And therefore, the committee members agreed to seek the entire council's direction in pursuing this matter. So before you is to ask you to make provide direction to the committee and staff as to whether to continue to pursue the matter of the Bank of America driveway in 43rd Street or remove it from the agenda.
Mayor Bukowski, my understanding is that the Bank of America is going to be doing some extensive remodeling of the building and their site. So I would think that this would be moving into the arena of the Planning Commission, and I would, or Charlie, who knows the situation here, I would certainly suggest we remove it from the transportation agenda and focus on what Bank of America is doing with their remodel.
I have a comment. I've been sort of following this, and so if I've missed something along the way, let me know. But it seems like most of the focus has been on, the idea of a gate or some kind of a warning when a car is going to come out. And I don't even know technically if this is possible, but could it go the other way around? Have we looked at that? In other words, if there's pedestrians coming towards it from either side on the sidewalk, can there be like a sensor that gets that and then flashes a warning that's inside, for the people coming out in the car, caution, wait for pedestrians. And that way it's not on, it's not anything that's noisy, and it's only triggered if there's pedestrians there when a car is actually coming out.
I would say that is technically possible if the property owner were able to do that, but that right now is a one-way driveway. And so if we were to make it a two-way driveway, that would be something we could consider.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with one way. It's just, it's the problem with the cars aren't necessarily seeing the pedestrians and creating a safety concern. So if when I say coming from either way, I'm talking about the pedestrians.
Okay.
So pedestrians are on the sidewalk walking either east or west. If there was a plate in the ground that would then set off a sensor that would have a sign then right in the driveway facing the car saying, warning, stop for pedestrian. Something that would light up then. So instead of cars tripping a sensor, you'd have people tripping it.
I think it would work similar to the in-road pavement crosswalk that you see around town. The ones we have, you have to press a button, but they do have the capability of having those go off when a person walks by. So I think that's technically possible.
Sounds like a condition of approval to me.
So anyway, I just like us to
project
look
comes
at that
forward.
potential option, so.
Well, I went and I met with that woman. John sent her an email, and I went and met with her. The problem isn't that great. that's a very active driveway. To begin with, Councilmember Fricke proposed putting a gate there, And that driveway is so active that that gate would be opening and closing so many times, it wouldn't even make any sense.
And then you'd have a complaint about the gate opening and
Probably.
closing.
I mean, that driveway is probably no different than hundreds of driveways throughout the city. Pedestrians are always in danger when they're walking down the
Well,
sidewalk.
I'm moving that we remove it from the transportation agenda.
Okay,
Call them,
I agree. So
And
we
where's it going? I
Call
thought
the
you had a
question.
place for it to go. You didn't?
Well, I've heard of no application with the city. Is there an application for,
I don't think they've got their act together. Have you got an application, Charlie?
Well, frankly, I'm not aware of any proposed improvements at the Bank of America, so it sounds like you know more than I do.
What can I say?
I will say one thing, the idea of going to the bank and complaining about regulating this driveway, we made 41st Street one way and we didn't contact them. We put in all the traffic calming and we never contacted them. And the bank manager's first attitude to me, when I went and talked to him about the driveway, he says, well, I don't think the city really wants this bank here. How could you not even make me aware of all these changes that are being made? And he was actually talking about, the city must not want the bank here. Maybe we ought to move this bank somewhere else, and, that would be a disaster. So I don't think, I don't see, I know John feels threatened there when he walks by or whatever, but I just don't see the matter to be so significant that it needs any more attention, so, great. So,
Can we call the
okay, so
question?
we call the question. Call the roll, please, to remove this from the Transportation Committee agenda.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Councilmember Fricke.
no?
Councilmember Cassis.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Atkin. Yes. Mayor Bukowski.
Yes, okay.
I move the rest of the